priceless experiences. Napa Valley wine tasting, spoiling my women friends. Sitting at the table with millionaires. The narrative is tax loops, accounts offshore squares. It's not allowed.
We are live. We are live. We are live. Man, you at the right place at the right time. You rocking with your boy. Welcome to Coin Gang Ministries, the #1 home for personal development. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with your boy. Before we even get started, you know how we do over here. If you can see me, press 1, and if you can hear me, go ahead and press 2. It's top shelf or nothing over here. So if everything is good on your end, then we can cook and we can eat the way we do over here. Hold on. Okay. Again, you at the right place at the right time. This is the #1 home for personal development. This is ministry for the abstract mind. And this is a safe space for everybody out there that has an out the box philosophy. It's always an honor to come and build with the fam. It's always an honor to spar and share ideals and thoughts. I appreciate you being here because you could be anywhere in the world, but you at the right place at the right time. This is ministry for the abstract mind, and this is a safe space for everybody out there that has an out the box philosophy. If you have babies, I want you to keep your babies super close. I want you to hold them tight. I want you to walk with them through this life thing, right? Don't kick your babies out at 18 and 21. Nah, when they turn 21, your job is just starting. So love on them, right? Hug on them. And if you got somebody in your life, right? If you got somebody in your life that you're loving on, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Be patient with each other because there ain't no manual for this relationship thing, right? We all just trying to get it right. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm slipping. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's turn that back. There we go. All right. What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? Shout out to my enemies, right? Shout out to the people from the past. I ain't fall off yet. I still got a head full of hair. You know what I mean? I'm going to walk in the 40 with my wave spinning, and we're going to see if I can hold on to it. So shout out to you. I'll be a fool to think everybody in the chat is a friend of mine. Shout out to you, but I want to say shout out to the supporters. I love you. I couldn't do this without you. Check this out. Today, we're going to talk about personal accountability. It's going to be one of those conversations, one of those 151 conversations. This is going to be one of them conversations that hit you right in the chest for man and woman. And I'm going to just keep it a buck and keep it a stack. I'm going to tell my story, okay? We're going to talk about the second. Are we back in the building? My apologies. Technical difficulties behind the scene. But if you can see me, press 1, and if you can hear me, press 2. Are we good now? Can you see me now? Right? Are we good? We had a slight disconnect, but are we back in the building? Are we straight? All right. Looks like we are back. If we are back, press 1 real quick. Thank you for hanging in there. If you hung in there, I appreciate you. I got the best people in the world. So if you can see me now, if you can hear me now, go ahead and press one. We are back in the building. Slight technical difficulties, but the show must go on. Are we good on your end? All I need is to see one, and we're straight. Let me get that confirmation. Are we straight? Can you see me now? Can you hear me now? If you can see me and you can hear me, go ahead and press one. If you can see me and you can hear me, are we good? Technical difficulties, but we back in the building. All right, all right. Looks like we good. So we are talking about personal accountability. We are going to talk about the sexual dark side. We're going to talk about womb control. Womb control. What does that look like? We are going to talk about beauty pains, how painful beauty is, right? Especially when you're looking at it, right? Beauty controls you, right? Drives you mad, drives you insane, and you want to possess it, right? You want to control the beauty. You know what I'm saying? Or at least I did. We're going to talk about my body's created bodies, right? We're going to talk about my body's created bodies. Today's build is the 304's that men create: sex, friendship, lies, and betrayal. The 304's that men create: sex, friendship, lies, and betrayal. Now, I know a lot of dudes out there, you know what I'm saying? Not too many dudes want to be accountable for the 304's, right? But a lot of the 304's or the hoes or the whores, a lot of them we are responsible for, right? A lot of the 304's that's in the world, they come from under our wing, right? A lot of women got their 304 journey because of betrayal. A lot of them got their 304 journey from a broken heart. Now, how many people want to be accountable for something like that, right? We like to pretend in some aspect that we're not responsible for each other, but we are, though. We like to pretend that our influence doesn't have a positive or negative impact on a person's life. Sometimes people are where they are because of us. I definitely know I played a role in creating the 304's. I'm responsible for a lot of whores. I'm responsible for a lot of hoes. If you a husband out there, if you a husband out there and you married the woman and you like, man, she nasty, you telling your boy she nasty, I might be responsible for that. I might be the reason why she does that, but I also might be the reason why she can't connect to you. I might be the reason why she's emotionally unavailable. I may be the reason why no matter what you do, right? I might be the reason why no matter what you do, she won't give a certain part of you. And if I'm that reason, I want to apologize. Today's conversation is an accountability conversation. Today's conversation is a grown folks conversation, and I have to come to the floor and I have to raise my hand for my part in the game, right? Because I know that I'm responsible for a lot of women's course. You know what I mean? See, I was getting girls back in 1996 when It Was Written came out. Nas' album, I Ruled the World, was the first single. I was already off the porch with girls, right? I was already off the porch with girls. I was already off the porch. See, I don't come from red pill talking points. I don't come from Kevin Samuels. I'm not a late bloomer. At 12 years old, I had 17-year-olds. That's just how the world looked at that time, right? And the girls that came to me, they came to me one way and they left another way. The girls that came to me, they weren't fast. By the time they left me, they were fast, right? So I was responsible for taking the woman and shaping her mind a certain type of way. See, the girls would come to me with their heart, right? They wasn't even off the porch yet. But by the time they left, they was ready to fuck on grown men. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. When I was 12 and 13, the girls was coming with their heart. But by the time the relationship over, they was ready to go fuck on grown men. Why? Why? Because you had to be fast to mess with me, right? So that's my role in the game. See, I'm not from the red pill world. I've been off the porch. I was talking to my mama's friends. You understand? I was a fast little boy in grown women's ears. In the red pill space, they'll say women control access to sex. What? That's some square shit. That's what a square would say. I don't come from that world. I controlled the sex, right? Girls came to me innocent, and by the time they was done, I corrupted them, right? See, because I wasn't going to give a girl an opportunity unless she was fast, right? And because of that, there have been girls that turned into women that have been carrying me around for years. For years. I'm talking about since we was 15, 16, 17, 19. They have been carrying me around for years. And I haven't even talked to them. I haven't even seen them, right? And they can't keep a relationship. And they can't get right. Something is off with them, right? And it's not just one woman, it's many women. And the common denominator in them being off is me, right? See, I was up to no good, man, right? I made the girl be fast. A lot of these girls were nerds. A lot of these girls just wanted to love on a boy and give their heart up, right? But I influenced them. Like, if you want my heart, this is what I need for you from you. And here's the thing: when they gave it up, I wasn't responsible for what they gave it up what they gave up, because soon as they gave it up, I'll switch up. See, that was my pattern, right? I was doing dark psychology then, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. See, I wanted womb control. You know why I wanted womb control? Because I couldn't control the lady behind me. That's Miss Barb right there. Miss Barb passed away in 2018. See, I was trying to control that womb right there, and I couldn't control that womb, right? See, my mama, I had a I'ma do what I want to do mama, right? And because my mama was a I'ma do what I want to do, I didn't have no say so. And the way my mama was moving, she was emotionally unavailable, and I couldn't control mama's womb. I said, all right, bet. I'm gonna control somebody's womb. And the wombs that I controlled, man, I did terrible with them, right? Because I was mad at mama. Because Miss Barb would not give me no input in her life. Miss Barb would date a man without my consent. Miss Barb would get married without my consent, right? Miss Barb would move around in a way and she didn't ask her big head son. And I'm like, hold on, mama. Give me some womb control, right? See, I didn't understand what mama was going through. I wasn't trying to give mama no grace. I need what I need. Why you ain't showing up in the way that I need you to show up, mama? So, for payback, I'm going to go out here and collect me some wounds, right? Because I didn't have no control over anything. I didn't have control over my environment. I didn't have no control over my house. I didn't have no self-control. I didn't have control over mama, right? So what could I get control over? Oh, I could get control over some pussy, right? And I'm speaking for me. I always got good girls, right? I always got good girls. Now, there have been women that tried to ruin my life, but that was them trying to get power back because of something that I did. I done lied about having some women. I didn't come through in the clutch, right? See, I don't got them horror stories that other men have. Any woman that did something to me, that was a reaction from me mismanaging the womb, right? I can't be a victim, right? I can't be a victim. See, I don't get the women that these other men get. I don't got them horror stories. I must have some grace and favor because I get some solid ones. Now, they ain't always been right for me, but that doesn't take away anything from them, right? So any woman that tried her hand with me was because I mismanaged the womb. Other than that, I get the good ones. I get the solid ones. I get a woman that has a code to her, right? See, not a lot of women have a code. I get the women that have a code. And anytime they came after me in any kind of way is because I mismanaged the womb. But see, look, I was mad at mama, right? I was mad at mama. See, I didn't know what I was looking at with mama. I was upset, right? I had no way to, I had no one to talk to about these feelings and emotions that I had, right? See, I didn't know that Miss Barb wasn't supposed to be controlled. I was trying to control Miss Barb. See, I'm 38 now, but when I was 18, I didn't know that, right? So I was collecting bodies. By the time I was 18, I had the same amount of bodies as a grown man. That's why I can never be in the red pill space, right? Because I've been off the porch. You know what I'm saying? I never needed no bread to get a baddie. I never needed no car to get a baddie. I never needed to be a passport bro. Anywhere I go, I'm booking them, right? Never been the tallest, you know what I'm saying? Flaws and everything. I just got grace and favor like that. But what comes with that kind of access, you have to have some responsibility, right? You have to have some discernment, right? Because these are humans that you're dealing with that have feelings and that have emotions. But I did not know at the time that what I was creating and what I was doing with these girls was going to follow them for their entire life. See, I didn't give a damn because I wanted to control the womb for what I needed, right? Right? The confidence was shot. So every womb that I collect, right? I get off the phone, boom, hang up, answer the phone for somebody else, boom. When you coming over, right? Right? What you know about sleeping with 3 women in the same day, raw? Oh yeah, that's what I was on, scumbag shit, right? I got 2 women pregnant in the same day. Then when they told me they was about to, oh, Ken, I'm pregnant. What you finna do? That's how I was giving it up, right? That's how I was giving it up. I was listening to Dipset too. Oh, you couldn't, man, please, right? I was real hard on the chick. You know what I'm saying? 2 chicks at the same time, pregnant. Got them pregnant on the same day. And then when they came to me and it was like, Ken, I'm pregnant. I was like, fuck you telling me for? Oh, I ain't always been like this. Right? If you follow me on Facebook, dudes would be like, you're a simp. I'm like, dog, you Man, I'm making up for some shit. Do you know how I used to be out here? Like real foul. You know what I mean? I had hip hop going on in my mind. I had the culture going in my mind. I didn't look at a girl as human. You know what I'm saying? A woman at that time coming up, late 90s, early 2000s, you are object, right? I didn't understand about feelings and I didn't understand about that these experiences that are happening with me, that this is setting the tone for how women are going to deal with men, right? I ain't think about that because I wanted to control Miss Barb. And here's the thing, too. It was something about a beautiful woman, right? Something about a beautiful woman. The more beauty that the woman had, the more I would operate and I would go to work. Finesse chant, right? Get in the ear, right? Older women, younger women. I prefer older, right? So when I was 18, I was booking them at 25, 27, right? Get in their ear, right? And I understood that a woman's weakness is words, the same way that a man's weakness is his eyes, right? So the devil is in a man's eyes, right? And the devil is in a woman's ears, right? So a woman can be dating a millionaire dude, a billionaire dude. You say something slick to her on the right day, got her, right? Because those words, she starts to see a picture, right? So I'll go after the baddest ones, right? And then I start spitting that shit, and it creates a picture in their mind, right? Of how they think I'm going to show up. And I was so angry at the beauty that it had power over me, right? I was angry at the beautiful woman because the beautiful woman had power, right? The beautiful woman made me feel a certain type of way, and I didn't like that shit. So instead of appreciating the beauty, right? Instead of appreciating the beauty, right? I wanted to tear it down. Now it's men walking around like this now, grown, right? See, I had to do a lot of shadow work and get Miss Barb off me. You know what I mean? I had to get my woman hatred off me because I had a thing for the woman. I had a thing for the womb because how me and Miss Barb was. You understand? So the beautiful girl, get them. I book them, right? Right. And then the moment that I got her and the moment that I get, she's vulnerable, right? She's super open. She's at a place that she doesn't allow men at. Guess what I do? I switch up, right? See, because I had to make the beautiful woman an ugly woman. I had to take that power from the beautiful woman. So I had to turn the beautiful woman ugly, right? And it's easy to turn a beautiful woman ugly. All you got to do is stress her out. All you have to do is make her worry, right? All you have to do is create anxiety, right? Then the beautiful woman doesn't have an appetite no more, right? So her health starts to change. Her face starts to change. She starts to lose her hair, right? So I'm punishing the beautiful woman because the beautiful woman has too much power over me, right? See, I know what she want to hear. I'm gonna just get right in her ear and start talking that shit. And the moment that she becomes vulnerable, the moment where her guard is down, I switch up. Sex, friendship, lies, and betrayal. The number one betrayal that you can ever do in a relationship is take your friendship away. It's not the sex, it's not none of that. It's to pull the friendship away from a person, right? To switch up like that. That is the number one betrayal. When a person goes to bed at night, right? The when for the if when she goes to bed at night and she wakes up in the morning, right? And she thinks she got a friend on the line. And then she calls her friend me and she's trying to talk and I'm busy. All right, cool. I'm busy one day. Then I'm busy the second day. And then I'm busy the third day, right? And that comfort zone that she had now is gone. And she don't know what happened. So naturally, she starts to blame herself, right? She starts to ask herself, man, what did I do? Why did he switch up on me? Right? And then you start to see that beautiful woman, her physiology begins to change, right? Now she has marks on her face that didn't have marks on it. She starts to pick at her face. Her weight begins to fluctuate, right? A beautiful woman is not beautiful no more when she's stressing. Lose her ass, lose her body, right? Hormones going crazy. See, a lot of men don't know what it's like for a woman to genuinely like them. If a woman genuinely likes you, you have the power to stress her out. If a woman genuinely likes you, she has the power. You have the power to give her anxiety, right? See, I didn't just jump off the porch when I got some money, right? I didn't just I didn't get girls when I had a car. I've been getting shit in the 90s. I don't listen to these dating coaches. I don't need Andrew Tate. I don't need Kevin Samuels, right? I was doing this shit in 1997, 1998, the year 2000, right? The shit that these red pill niggas is crying over, girls, I get those girls that these niggas was getting dissed. These niggas that was getting stuffed in the locker, right? And sitting at the weird lunch table, that wasn't me, right? The girls that was dissing these niggas in high school, I was booking them, right? But I had my own shit going upstairs though. You know what I mean? So the beauty aspect, a lot of dudes hate a woman's beauty, right? Because the beauty has power over a man, right? Man work his entire life, right? You peep this, peep the logic, right? A man work his entire life, right? 60-hour weeks and give it all, right? Give everything he has to a woman that's beautiful with a Forever 21 outfit. You know how mad a man is over that, right? Men take penitentiary chances, men working on cranes, right? Men busting their ass trying to trying to make something out themselves just to give it up for a woman with that got spandex and a tank top on. Sick, right? Mad as hell, right? Because how does this individual have this much power over you, right? You don't like that power. You know what I'm saying? So the beauty aspect is a thing that triggers a lot of dudes. Because look what a man got to go through to make something of himself. A lot of men work jobs that put their health at risk. A lot of men do these long hours in messed up conditions, and their health is declining over the years just to give a woman that does absolutely positively nothing in the world, but she's pretty, and he gives her everything. You don't think secretly in the mind a man resents that shit, that a woman don't have to do anything, right? But she can get the maximum results that he gets? Oh yeah. Why do you think a lot of men find a beautiful woman and he get her pregnant immediately? Why you think? Huh? You think it's all about a kid? No, it's to sit her down, right? It's to sit her down because that baby is going to take a toll on that woman's body, right? Then all of a sudden, right, that same dude, he was crazy about the beautiful woman. Soon as she get pregnant, pop a kid out, pop two kids out, he start talking a little different now. You know why? He got some power. He got some power because a beautiful woman, a man you don't like, that she has an effect on your body. So you want to take that shit from her. Oh, that's what I did, right? I'm in the club. Where the baddies at? Where the baddies at? I'm going after the baddest shit in the club. I'm 5'8". Do you know I've had women that are 6'1" with heels on? She's 6'4". I'm going right up to her. What's happening? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got 6-footers under my belt too. I don't give a damn, right? I'm running right up to him. What's good? I climb trees. You know what I mean? I climb trees. The women that's in the club, you know, dudes be all looking. Soon as I notice all the dudes that's looking at the chick, I make a beeline straight to her. Man, what's happening, man? My name is Ken Brisbane. I'm from such and such. What's your name? What you sipping on? All these niggas back there. Yo, she bad as hell. Oh, who her? I'm running down on her. What's that? What's happening? You gonna have to tell me no, right? And I know how to play the game, man. What you and your partners drinking? Yeah, the girl that ain't getting no action back there, your partner, yeah, she get a drink too, right? Duh, because for me to talk to this girl, some partner got to be occupied. I bet. What y'all drinking on? Let's get a round of shots, right? Let's take these guards down a little bit and start chopping it up. Why you think men like beautiful women? Why? Some of it is because of the bros. They want approval of the bros, but a lot of it is a conquering thing, though. I'm telling you straight up from a dude that did it on a high level, and I ain't never need millions to do it. What's ill about Ken talking about me is I would fuck millionaires' wives. Because honestly, niggas with money be the lamest niggas. Especially if you ain't get your money in the street. You was a working millionaire, dude. Oh, you lame as shit. You was a college nigga. No disrespect, but you a college nigga, right? You got the chick that's the easiest to knock, nigga. You's a college nigga. You's a late bloomer, nigga. Right? You's a working nigga. No disrespect. That's cool. But that's the easiest. Your wife is the easiest to knock because you ain't got no edge, right? You don't really make your wife pussy wet like that. She married you for security, nigga. You was a safe pick. But when she go out, nigga, she looking for the edge. You know what I mean? She looking for the nigga. When I'm driving, I look over the passenger side. I just grab her ponytail and yank it back, yank her head back like that. What you talking about? She like that shit. But what's at the root of that though? Right? What's at the root of that? The reason why I feel so hot and the reason why that shit feel so passionate because it's rooted in dysfunction. It's rooted in dysfunction. That heat that's coming off of me, that shit is rooted in dysfunction. That shit was rooted in trauma, right? What you're feeling off me, that shit ain't attraction. It's a thing on the inside of me that you don't even know nothing about, right? I'm about to take you to a sex magic space that you don't know nothing about, right? The sexual aspect is so primal. And when you get them in that space and you begin to start chanting and you begin to start the language aspect and you begin to start the programming, I wasn't interested in putting nothing in the woman. I was interested in fucking something out of her. Sex was very much a weapon, right? I know the average dude don't really touch a woman, right? So there's sex before sex. See, before we ever get there, before we ever get to the sex part, we got to have it up here, right? So before we ever hook up, the sex begins up here first. You know how it begins up here? By asking a woman, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite color? Yeah? What do you like to do? Why do you like that? Right? The average man doesn't have effective listening skills. So just shutting the fuck up and listening. The sex begins to start right there. Now that's a good characteristic to have if you're a man. The messed up thing is I had trauma. So I was using effective listening against the woman. Right. So all the things she was telling me, right, I was able to repeat it back to her. Right. And then my conversation game is an ebb and flow. I got a mouthpiece out of this world. I'm very quick in the conversation. I tell jokes, right? And the number one thing, I don't judge. So let me tell you, right? I did get women that were sexually active, but Ken's sex is different because I get all up in here, right? So, yes, the women had sex before, but they never been touched before. Especially if you're dealing with black women, there's a trust factor that black women don't have with black men in that space. A black woman can marry a black man and not even trust him in that space. That's a lot of times we just pick each other because of being familiar based on culture, right? But there's a trusting that don't exist between black women and black men in that space where a black woman can't even let her hair down. First of all, half the women, black women, the nigga ain't even really seen her real hair. So how can she trust this man? You can't even rub your hands through her hair because she don't trust you. She'll fuck you, right? But there's levels to that pussy though. Man, I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm saying some shit, right? You gotta pick it up. The black women don't trust the black man. How do we know? You don't even know what her real hair look like. You can't rub your hand up under that wig and grab that shit, whatever it is, whether it's braids, however she got it. You can't pull it because she don't trust you, right? Because a lot of times in the black man and black woman dynamic, there ain't no romance. It's the black woman playing a mother role. So she don't see the black man as desirable. She sees him as, oh, I understand his struggle. Come on, man, I don't get the pussy wet. The black man has been hurt and abused. Man, I don't get the pussy wet. Danger gets the pussy wet. Unpredictability get it wet. But if the black woman is looking at the black man, oh, I understand you, king. that ain't good for sex. See, because we talking about something primal. You can't have all that social justice shit on there. See, but when she come to Kim, ain't none of that. So it's straight desire. No. Don't see me as no goddamn victim, no charity case, nothing, right? So when she come to Ken, I get the real freak, right? You know why? Because I don't tell her no neither, right? No judgment neither. I get all the hotels. I get all the hotels, right? You know why? Because it's freedom over here. But at that time, no, I was mad at Miss Barb. You understand? Miss Barb broke my heart. That woman had me so confused. I didn't know how to love her. So I was mad. Somebody gonna pay for this shit. And I made some good women pay. Right? I made some good women pay that meant well. That just wanted to love on me. And you know what's funny? That's all a woman has ever asked from me, to love me. That's it. I'm talking about my experience, right? Nothing. Hey, I just want to love you. But I couldn't do that because of Miss Barb. Because I wanted to control that womb, right? And I didn't know it at the time. That's what I wanted. But the womb is not meant to be controlled, though. The same way that I want freedom, the womb has to be free too. I don't like no one telling me what to do. I don't like nobody clocking me. I like to have agency over my own life. I like to govern my own self. I want to be where I choose to be. And the womb wants the same thing, even if it's my mama. See, my womb control and the shit that I was doing with these women out here, I can honestly say that was connected to my mama. But here comes full scale accountability, right? When you start to deal with that shadow work, now you can't use things as an excuse. So when Miss Barr passed away, right, we had a conversation while she was on her deathbed, right? And what I did was I broke the connection of me and Miss Barr. So we're not going to do this tango no more. So when she transitions, she not going to look for me in the next world, and I'm not going to look for her in the next world. I told Miss Barb, you don't owe me nothing. Miss Barb, you are not the reason why I do what I do. That's on me, Miss Barb. I'm going to stop blaming you for being a piece of shit, for me being a piece of shit, right? I got to be accountable for the trail of tears that I'm leaving, right? I got to be accountable for the people that I'm hurting, for the people that I'm betraying, for the people that I'm coming up short. So that was a conversation that we had because there's some type of energetic thing that's going on with her and I, right? So I had to let Miss Barb go. So I let Miss Barb go so I can love Miss Barb in real time, so I can know what I'm looking at. Then I had to be accountable for all the hearts that I broke. I had to be accountable why a lot of these women couldn't connect. in with the men that they're with. So if you're a woman that came across my path at any time and you're listening in the cloud, I just want to tell you that I release you, right? I just want to let you know that you're free, right? See, I'm a get me off of you, beloved. So whatever you do now, you can't say because it's this dude from the past. It ain't on me no more, right? Because I'm letting you know that our season is over. I'm not coming back, right? And I know that I put that shit in your head that this life partner thing is we're gonna be forever. And nah, no, we not. No, we not. We had our time, and I appreciate you for coming to love on a nigga that was not ready for that shit. Right? You don't gotta beat yourself up. There's nothing you could have done differently. Nothing. I was not ready for that. But I just want to tell you, you deserve to be loved. Right? Because I know if you could love me, I know if you can love me, you can love anybody. I know the mental gymnastics that I put on your head, man. Go ahead and be free. And if you got somebody that's checking for you, go ahead and take me out of your psyche. Take me out of that season. We not gonna double back, beloved. I don't even want you to. I'm good. Don't think you gotta save a place for me. I'm good. I promise you, I'm good. I release you. I want you to do well. Life is short. You know what I mean? Life is short. I know the soul ties that I create, you probably think in your mind, I got to save a space. You know what I mean? You probably think in your head like, yo, damn, my nigga gonna double back. I got to save a space for my dog. So you might not be allowing yourself to get close to somebody. And you keeping that door open for me a little bit. You know what I mean? I might come in town and shit. Our season over. And I apologize that I did that to you. Right? I didn't know better then, right? But I know better now. And I didn't mean you no good. And that shit that I was putting in you was for my benefit. So I release you, beloved. Appreciate you. You dope as fuck. Take the good parts of the can, right? Put it in your memory. We had great convos. We had great fun. But the rest, because I'm blocking your blessings. One of the other things that I created in the Trail of Tears is I created bodies that got bodies. Created monsters. Right? I created bodies that turn around and created bodies. I created women in my image. And they just had an appetite for men now. And now they can't connect. Right? Good dudes. But they can't connect. And they're just creating their own Trail of Tears. And that's because of me. So not only do I release you, but I want you to stop creating bodies. Life is short, beloved. Shit is short. And if we don't begin to lose ourselves in our blessings, if we don't begin to lose ourselves into the people that's really checking for us, we become, these old people with regrets, shoulda, coulda, woulda type shit. You know what I'm saying? So not only do I release you, but I release the behavior that I plugged into you. You know, I release what I created. That ain't cool, right? And now you are doing to men what I did to you, right? My bad. So I released that shit, right? So now you can breathe, right? I ain't coming back. You know what I mean? How you could breathe. You can get that monkey off your back. Holding on to Ken's secrets and, what I mean? The little shit that I created in your head, that's a lot of burden. You know what I mean? It's a lot, right? So go ahead, be free, right? Some birds ain't meant to be caged, and loyalty and giving your word, right? Having the door open for certain individuals, myself included. You're a caged bird, right? Because you got action and life right there, but you don't fuck with it, right? You don't allow it to flourish and allow it to grow because of something I told you. I was wrong. I'm right about what I'm saying. I was wrong about what I said before, right? Be free. You understand? You don't owe me shit. All right? I can say that I played my role in creating broken women. Mhm. I played my role in creating, women that stayed up at night crying. Um, Women that wasn't sure if they was good enough, right? Played my role in that. And I got to deal with that, right? But get free, baby girl. I'm just some nigga that you done met on the path. You know what I mean? I'm just a nigga, right? Trying to work the kinks out, you know what I mean? Trying to figure it out. But you free now. So whatever happens to you from here, that's on you, right? That's on you. I got some time, and anybody that can relate, you know what I'm saying? Questions, comments, it's all good. You know what I mean? You want to call in and you want to chop it up about what you heard thus far. I got some time, you know what I'm saying, and we can vibe out because this is definitely, it's a grown up convo, it's accountability convo. You know what I mean? So the call in is 520-510-3254. You know what I mean? Maybe you're in that season. Maybe you're in the dude in the season or you're the woman in that season and you want some clarity. You know what I'm saying? And we can be transparent. You know what I mean? Um, and I figured out the best way to open up sometimes is, you know what I mean, in public. You know what I mean? Put it all on the line, right? So if anybody want to chop it up, uh, you can. 520-510-3254. You got any questions? You got any comments based on what you heard? You know what I mean? You want to tell me I'm a piece of shit? You can, right? Maybe you're in the same situation. Maybe you're doing what I was doing before. You know what I mean? And hopefully I can I can tug at you a little bit. No judgment though. Maybe you gotta go through the season. Maybe you need certain things. Who am I? You know what I mean? Because shit, I knew when I was doing it, it was on and cracking. You know what I mean? So if I can help, you know what I'm saying? Um, there's the number right there. 520-510-3254. If it's no calls, then that's good too. You know what I mean? That's great too. But if it is, any calls, um, let's chop it up. You know what I'm saying? 520-510-3254. But yeah, man, the releasing thing, that's a big thing. That is a you know, I've been carrying that for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Because I can feel it, I can feel it like, damn, there's some people that haven't moved on. They can't move on. They can't get over it. You know what I'm saying? They can't get over the season because I got a grip on them, you know? And that sex space is a powerful space, and I play in that dark area. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew that those women, many of them wasn't going to be able to function after, because it's not the penetration. It's the other shit that goes into it. It's the words that are said. It's the pledges and promises and the oaths that are made in that space, right? See, because when you open in that space, you want to pump life into the person, right? If you say, that's my pussy, listen to what you're saying. Got a call right here. What's up? This is Ken Billions. What's going on?
Oh wow, you really have to. Okay, hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all right. What's up? This is Kim.
Oh, can you
I'm just
can you
watching. I guess this show.
okay?
It was really interesting because I've been through that before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he's my son's father now. It was quite a few points that stood out. One of the main ones was when most girls start out, they start out pure, giving a pure heart. And I feel like I was raised in the era, the same era that you said you was slamming them in. And like, for me, it was like fairy tale. We was, it was like ride or die. And, you pick somebody, and by far, like, I was with the same guy from 18 till 33. And we didn't have our son until about 12 years in. Well, our son is 6 now. But since me and him had this conversation that you're having, me and him had it. Like when you said that you would tell them that it's nothing they could have did better. Like we had this conversation. And he said the same thing. Like it was nothing you could have did better. Like it was just me. I wasn't ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. This show was deep for me. Like this really touched me. I came across you a few months back, and like I really enjoyed the topics that you picked. You really be outside of the box, and I love the accountability that you take. Like you don't generalize. I say that you speak from your own experience because everybody's is different. I kind of feel like I'm rambling a little bit.
Let me ask you something. Do you feel like he released you?
Yes. Yes, we've been broken up for about 3 years now. So yeah, I do.
And if you was, are you in a relationship now?
I'm seeing somebody. Yeah.
If it gets serious, would you be able to um dive headfirst into the relationship, or would you have a guard up?
Well, I kind of already did, but I think that the second guard, because it's like a first guard and then a second guard. So he got past the first one, but like the second one, it kind of put a strain on the relationship. So that's kind of fading. But I mean, only thing I have to most women compare other relationships to the first real one that they had, depending on how that went, whether it go good or whether it go bad. So, like, I had a lot of red flags, like I've seen a lot. So I had uncles and cousins like you, so they had already taught me the game. So me feeling like I already know what's up, but the dude still being able to get down on me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you really did one. And then when you say you created some monsters, like, we feel like that about each other. He was kind of a cornball when I first met him. I'll admit it. If I showed you a picture, like, oh, he was definitely a cornball. Like, now he got a little swag and shit. I was young, I was pretty, I had it going. But when you said like you hated the beauty side of them and need to conquer that, like he did that to me. Like that, it was just like, my heart was starting to pound fast. Like my anxiety flared a little bit, and I had an anxiety attack in a long time, but it was the good kind because it's part of healing.
Right. You good now?
I'm definitely good now. I was shocked I even got through. I'm like, don't nobody want to talk about this because this is intriguing to me.
I mean, see, it's some people that are in that season right now. It's some guys doing it, some women doing it, right? And then there's some people on the receiving end. So it's a touchy topic because we got our identity in those spaces, right? And nobody, male or female, wants to raise their hand and be like, "Yo, I was on some scumbag shit." Nobody wants to say that. Everyone wants to pretend.
Nobody wants to, but sometimes it's necessary.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For other people, like you said, that it's for you.
Right. Right. So you're good, right? You ready for the world?
Most definitely.
And
I'm not like actively looking for someone. Like I feel like I've spent most of my years I don't know, not in my own right. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, keeping the door open for somebody who wasn't really feeling you for real, So I think that I should just focus on myself. And I think a lot of women come to that crossword road, you know what I'm saying? Especially once you go far in life, it's like, okay, I ain't got time to keep playing with nobody. So you end up like kind of shutting down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm in the middle of not shutting down, but working on myself because the shadow work is definitely necessary to be able to hold yourself accountable. Like most people have that problem these days. They'd rather throw everything away than hold themselves accountable because like before we even broke up, if he was able to have this same conversation, but we ended up having it eventually, I'm going to say like last year. It was during the pandemic when we had the conversation. And if he was able to do that then, we would, we would have been able to get past. I'm very understanding, I'm different. And even he says that now, like, if I told him right now, he could, he hoping I'm leaving the door open, but we love each other. But like, we rekindled the friendship when we dropped the labels, trying to, because we don't sleep around, we don't mess around, I don't play that because I'm not confusing my kid, and a lot of parents don't understand that. Y'all hopping in and out of each other's bed, playing with each other's feelings. That's why y'all arguing and fighting and stuff. When you cut that out the equation and go back to that vibe, it's very necessary. especially in the family structure, when you feel like, because I get the end where women say like, well, we leave now because I'd rather be happy and have my kids raised in a happy house, right? But that household still don't consist of you. You still have to share that child with that man. You know what I'm saying? You can't let that bitter and brokenness consume your child's livelihood. So
I'm glad you on the other side of it, beloved. Life is short and it's for the living. So I'm glad you on the other side of it. You heard?
I hear you.
And I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate your support and I appreciate your call because this is a very vulnerable, touchy topic, but I appreciate your transparency.
Well, I appreciate your views and your videos. So keep making them.
For sure. All right, for sure. Be sure to call in again when you see me on, okay?
Okay.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
Shout out to her. You know what I mean? Touchy topic. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else though? Don't be ashamed. You know what I mean? If a person got a love grip on you, don't be ashamed if a person got some sex magic on you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed. Right? Shit happens to the best of us. You know what I mean? So don't be ashamed. Hold on. Hello, this is Ken.
Hello.
Hello, this is Ken. Hi.
Hey, Kenny, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Can you turn your background down?
Uh-oh. Is that better?
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, wow. This is a really good topic that you're talking about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, just listening in. Oh, I go by Dragonfly.
Okay. How you doing?
Yeah, so people know me as Ty. So yeah, I've been listening to it. I've been on both ends of the spectrum in terms of, you know, I don't really believe in praying anymore. So, you know, I kind of feel like we sign up for these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as if maybe, you know, when you talk about creating monsters, that we can be too hard on ourselves. And not just that, I feel like maybe we give ourselves a little too much credit. Now that I'm on the other side of it, I've had moments where I wondered if in all my experience that I came back in this life with, perhaps maybe I was a little too much. You know, maybe I gave too much, because after I've been with a woman, or during that time when I've been with a male, they started seeking, you know, like a high that they can never reach again. And it's been tough to watch and observe. But if it wasn't something already within them, a seed that was, you know, then maybe I was just the light switch to just flip it on so that they could actually see it and move through it, you know. So I don't know. I feel like maybe we are too hard on ourselves, and maybe we're giving ourselves too much credit, you know.
Yeah. There's a accountability aspect on the person, on the other person, and you know what I'm saying. The reason why I chose that angle is because how people came to me, right? And how it's how they came to me. You know, when somebody off the porch, then it's same, we same, right? So the problem is that we wasn't same. That's the problem, right? So like I have a saying, like some people are civilians in the game, especially when you're dealing with like a cult, or you're dealing with certain type of dark magic or dark psychology, shit like that. The people that was coming to me, they didn't kind of play in that space. And the other thing is, the main thing that I take accountability for is the times I didn't show up as a friend. Now that's unacceptable to me. You know what I'm saying? It's that part. Because fuck the dick and pussy shit. It's the friendship aspect. If all else fails, still show up as a friend, right? And that does affect people's trusting beyond the dick and pussy shit. It's like, damn, you the one I never said I was gonna be the best boyfriend. I never said that. What I did say was I was gonna be the best friend. Right. And when I didn't show up in that because lack of communication, whatever I had going on with my mama, any insecurities that I had going on with me, over promising, you know what I'm saying? Over promising. And when I couldn't deliver, instead of communicating that, I just no show. And that does have an effect on people. So you know how I'm sure you've seen like the Egyptian death. You know, you put your heart on the balance, the scales, and it's with the feather. Yeah, like I just want to always make sure that my heart is lighter than that feather because I don't want to come back there. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to come back and do an apology tour in another life. like you know what I mean? So yeah, now they got to be accountable for how they found me in their story too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm for real. I want to do my part to make sure, and I ain't trying to be super nigga, but I do want to make sure that my heart, if nothing else, if my heart is not lighter than that feather, at least that I'm always balanced with that shit. At least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what's up. Like, I mean, as long as, like, you know, it appears that your intentions are pure and, you know, that's what matters. And I've been observing, you know, you've grown and matured so much over this time, you know, the social media stuff and everything. And it's really beautiful. So, you know, much success and, yeah, keep that heart light, man. I'm proud.
I appreciate that. I mean, if you've been following Minute, you know I didn't always talk like this.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
You know what I mean? For sure, man. I definitely appreciate your vulnerability. I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Anytime.
All right, for sure.
Peace.
Shout out to her calling in, you know what I mean? Anybody else? Oh, there was another caller. But yeah, if you know what you heard tonight, I don't know what part you came in on, but if anything that I said resonates, you know what I mean, and you wanna chop it up, and it's important that we take advantage of spaces like this where we could chop it up. The difference between me is I'm all ears, no judgment. What's up? This is Ken.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I have been listening.
Okay.
And I think it's a great thing that you're accepting accountability for your role. But I do have, I want you to also take accountability that the women that you're trying to release may not be ready for that. They may not be healed from the encounters that you all had. And it's their own journey. So just because you say, I release you and I don't want you to do this to other people, that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. It's their own narrative. So I feel like you're taking accountability, but there's that small part that you're not taking accountability for. So just because you're saying I release you, that doesn't mean that the damage stops there. So it's kind of what I wanted to say. I'm a little nervous.
No, I appreciate that. And when I'm saying that I release you, I'm taking me out of it. Meaning that that I'm cutting the soul tie from my perspective, right? And letting them know that when it comes to me, you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me no loyalty. You don't owe me no food. You don't owe me no pussy. You don't owe me nothing, right? Because in my relationships, they tend to be very intense. And, I deal on a very dark psychological level. So there is a, codependency, and I'm releasing that. Now, of course, they have to do their own work, but I'm talking about when it comes to me, right? And if anyone was listening, I just wanted to tell them, I release you. You know what I mean? First of all, I apologize for any way that I may have made a person stumble in any areas that I didn't show up in, but I released them in terms of what we were. We're not that no more.
Right. And you, from my perspective, you can forgive yourself for whatever you did to these women, but I'm saying the accountability doesn't stop just because you release them. I may be misunderstanding a little bit, but whatever you did and whatever they do after that, you will always be accountable for that. But you can forgive yourself, but whatever they're doing, because they interacted with you, believed you, trusted you, and whatever happens after that is always your responsibility. But you can forgive yourself for that aftermath.
What they're released from is the pledge and the promise that we make, the oath, right? In my relationship, there's always some form of like an oath. So I'm releasing them from the oath and the pledge and the promise that they don't have to be that for me. That's what the release
so
is from.
From your perspective, when they do that, do you feel like that releases accountability on your part?
In what way? What do you mean?
Because you said, okay, I'm releasing you. So whatever happens from this point forward, that's on you. I believe that's what you said.
Well, yeah, because my accountability comes with whatever happens on my day to day, right? Because there's always another side to the deals that we make, right? So me being accountable could be this cough that I have this week, or any misfortune that I have, right? So again, I want to make my heart as light as a feather. So I am releasing from both perspectives the the pledges and the connection that we establish in that space. I'm no longer in that. You don't owe me nothing, nothing, right? We're not that anymore. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the pledges and the oaths that we took, and it was an oath that, I'm always going to have access to them. So the releasing is that I no longer have access to their heart, to their mind, to their pussy, to their friendship, to nothing. The access is done. I'm giving them back something. So now it is on them. It is on them. When it comes to them and me, they could have something with another dude. But I'm saying with us, the contract that we make, I'm cutting the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's.
But just know that just know there's consequences that the contract was even made in the first place, and that everybody's going to have their own journey from healing from that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always going to be someone out there in the wake that you left behind that is probably healing. Even 10 years from now, someone can still be healing from that. They probably didn't go to therapy or whatever. I'm just saying that just because you say you're released does not mean that the accountability is completely erased, which you did say you understand that some accountability is still there. So that was pretty much my point, and I have appreciated enjoyed it. Watching some of your videos. I'm new to your channel.
Okay, for
So
sure.
thank you.
I appreciate your call, beloved. Thank you.
Okay, have a good night.
All right, you too. Shout out to the caller. Yeah, when you have conversations like this, you open yourself up for, what I'm saying? It's all good. You gotta, whatever smoke comes with it, that's part of being accountable. You know what I mean? You handle all smoke. Anybody else want to call, share? The number is 520-510-3254. 510 510 520-510-3254. If you've been here and you heard the conversation and you want to chime in, you want to tell me I'm wrong, you want to lash out, you got the floor. You know what I mean? You got the floor. I open myself up for it. So I could take it. I could take all smoke. So if you want to call and you want to share, 520-510-3254. Um, yeah, the releasing, um, we all got to do our own work, right? We all got to do their own work. Um, it's kind of like when I release Miss Barb, that I'm responsible for whatever happens now. You know what I mean? I made the mistake of putting things on that individual. And she's an individual, even though she was my mom. She's still an individual with a life mission and a path and a certain kind of energy. And it's not it when you do shadow work, you have to take full accountability for wherever you're at, right? So I take full accountability for how I show up. Now, what a person does on with them, that's on them. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about full scale accountability to how I show up. So anyone else want to call in? 520-510-3254. To everybody else, I hope my vulnerability and my transparency, I hope it connects the dots for you, right? I hope, what I'm saying, gave you some clarity um, in some of your relationships. I hope that uh, anybody in that season, whether you are the initiator or you're the receiver, I hope you're able to break the chains away, because this is an energy thing. It's deeper than the physical. It's an energy thing. We're talking about language. We're talking about contracts. We're talking about oaths and pledges. And when you're making these promises and you're pledging, you are pledging your energy, right? You're pledging your essence. And it's not that easy just to shake a person off just because you don't see them in the physical. This is beyond the physical. This is like a metaphysical thing, to where a person could be 6,000 miles away from you and have a grip and have a bind on your mind, on your heart. You know what I mean? And they can pull it, they can manipulate the energy, you're right. And the pull is so strong that it can be years later and you're not able to have a healthy relationship because of the contract. So I want to break the contracts that I have with individuals, right? And I want to give you your personal sovereignty back, right? Anybody else? 520-510-3254. Uh, if there's no calls, I um if there's no calls, I really hope um I really hope you found this in the good light. You know what I mean? I don't want to beat a dead horse. So if there's no more calls, um, then yeah, we'll get back to the fuckery tomorrow. Yeah. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you to the callers. Thank for everybody pulled up. And this is the 304's that Ken created: sex, friendship, lies, and betrayal. Peace.
Biggest game. It's like, remember we was all back in high school? Some of you may be still in high school or whatever, but follow me. We had the regular class, and then you had honors class. And I feel like Ken Billion's game is nothing but honors class. Everything that you learned in life and been through in life, or whatever he's talking about at that certain time, and, point of reference, game for guys. Everybody learn game from somebody, and this and that, and it's all over the place. But once I listened to Game for Guys, it was like being in an honors class. Ken is a brilliant guy. I still listen to him to this day. Listen to him almost every other day, and I stay studying. And that's, if I look at a video and he's giving us homework, I'm gonna look through that video. I'm gonna write my notes down. I'm gonna do my homework. Then I'm gonna watch the next video. I mean, you just can't get enough of the game and the knowledge that this brother brings to you. He's allowed me to look back into history, my own history. I found out about black people that I never even knew about, black millionaires and people like that. Recently, I learned about the reticular activating system, and that's something that I'm studying up on as we speak. Which I plan on reprogramming myself. You know what I'm saying? So overall, the Ken Billion's game has done a lot for me. It's allowed me to elevate as a man, as a father. It just allowed me to be more excited about life and not be in the program of being oppressed. And that's one of the main things for me that I have to say that this game has done for me. I'm so glad that I ran across it.